Hey, it's Marek Schlenker. You're listening to Pat's Cast with Chris and Kevin.
And here comes Chase Eglin the other way. Right wing side for Regina. He shoots! Scores! Second of the season for Chase Eglin. What a shot! McNutt right circle. Hands it off to Julian Mays. Middle slot, loading, fire, score! Second of the night for Caden Brown as he redirects that puck into the top corner. Intercepted, Brown up the ice, Mayette, partial breakaway, here he comes, he stops, Wade centers it, shot stop, rebound, score! Johnny on the spot, Julian Mays, third point of the game. Hamilton, left point, loading, and a pass below the goal line. Caden Brown centering pass in front, loose puck, McNutt shoot, stop, rebound, score! And Cohen Clausen flips that one into the back of the net on a mad scramble in front of the Lethbridge net. Hamilton chips it across the line. McNutt bounces it into the middle. Julian Mays to his backhand, stop, rebound, scores! It squeaked underneath the shoulder of Condro. Julian Mays opens the scoring. Julian Mays at center, pass up the middle, breakaway, Lansard all alone, scores! What a goal by Zach Lansard! Sprung on a breakaway, and a nifty goal for his fifth of the season as he goes roof daddy! As Edmonton gathers the puck back, but it's intercepted by Mayette. Down low, centering pass. Mays shoots! Scores! Great pass by Ellis Mayette, and he finds Julian Mays in front of the net, undetected. 2-on-1 for Regina. Brown fires, scores! Off the bar and in, Caden Brown. Middle point. Moranich to Hamilton, left side, to the front of the net. Centering pass, what a save, rebound, scores! Julian Mays, second of the game. Bridgman to the middle of the ice. Jonas Cohn takes a shot. Pat save. Rebound in front. Scores! It's tied! Caden Brown!
Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. It's episode 213. It's October 26th. How are we doing tonight, Kev?
Not too bad. Nicest day out again today. Pat's pulled off a nice W on the weekend, and can't complain about this week.
Not at all. I think if you would have said that the Pats come out with 4 points, totally would have taken that. A Lethbridge win and probably expecting a Red Deer win instead of an Edmonton win, that's for sure.
Exactly. It was the opposite the weekend, I thought.
Yeah, for sure. Going into Edmonton would figured it would have been a tougher game. But like we said, they played Edmonton all right here. So, but yeah, nice to see some good performances. I mean, Red Deer, it was, what was it, 5-2 final, but it was not a 5-2 game. A couple empty netters.
Those empty netters make it look really bad.
Make it look bad, yeah. But it's another 1-goal Red Deer game, basically, right? It seems
exactly, yeah.
That's all they play the last few seasons. But yeah, I guess start off any news this week? I don't think there's really much. We didn't kind of talk about that before we started recording.
No, there wasn't. We got all the trades and stuff happened a little while ago already. So
there wasn't much to talk about.
It was a fresh week against Lethbridge on Wednesday.
Yeah. So, like we said, Lethbridge was right behind the Pats in the standings, and we're like, they're coming here. Let's it's hopefully a good game, hopefully a win, and it was. I talked to Brad after the game, and he's like, they didn't really like the start, how they played, but
he disagreed with you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. He's looking at different things than we are, right?
Yeah.
You look at a 3-1. You get out of the period 3-1. You got to be happy with that. But there's always things that happen in the period that
for sure
they weren't happy with, but you can't argue with 3 goals in the period and
3 goals on 5 shots in the first period.
Yeah, the 3 goals seems to be their key to winning games up to that point.
Yeah, so it seems.
So, but yeah, like you said, getting 3 goals and going from there. We talked about the shot total. Even while this game was happening, it ended up being, the Pats kind of ran away with it in the latter part of the game, but it was not a boring game or anything. Yeah, the shots were way down, but it wasn't a bad game. Like it was a good game. Lethbridge had chances the other way. Pats had chances. I think they each had like one shot on their power plays in the early in the first period.
Yeah, it was very disjointed play. Both teams were very disjointed. They were very similar to each other. Like both teams are
Yeah, it
very
was
similar style, kind of.
very even play. Um, but yeah, it was still a good game to watch though. I thought like it wasn't bad. It wasn't ugly hockey. Like we've seen some
No,
ugly
it
games.
wasn't boring either.
Nah, no. Like
Except
we've
for the
seen
first
some.
period, there was a lot, 8 shots,
Yeah, a lot of
not
missed the net.
super exciting, but
Yeah, a lot of missed the net stuff, especially on the power plays. Um, but the power play got going for the Pats later in the game. They ended up going 2 for 4, which is
yeah,
another thing that kind of was sucking earlier in the season, and it's pretty hot now. It's running at like 50%. Up through that Lethbridge game, we were like, oh, it's like 50% in the last few games. So it's really come along that way. So that's nice to see. And then what else was I gonna say there? I forget. Lost my train of thought there, but yeah, like that top line, Mays, Brown, I don't know, I'm calling them the top line, I guess. But
the main guys again.
yeah, the main scoring line here that's really kind of broken out. They've kind of
Yeah,
taken off here.
they've taken a step. It's been an impressive run for those guys.
Definitely. Yeah. Mayette, he set up a couple nice goals over this weekend here. Um so he's nicely fitting into the WHL game, and he playing with two guys that are pretty good in this league as well. Um I know in our season preview we talked about Drew kind of pointing out, oh, Mays could be a 100-point guy, and I was pretty high on that too. I was like, yeah, he's got the skill. He just needs the finishers. Well, he's finishing himself now.
Oh yeah, he's been on fire this year.
So that's it's not out of the question that he's going to be up there in points if nothing too dramatic happens. I think
He's got
here.
multiple points in 6 straight games, so
Yeah,
that helps.
definitely. Yeah, he's top 10 in the league scoring. So can't argue with that. 8 goals, 12 assists, and 12 games played. So, and he had what? Would you say like 6 goals
He had 6 goals
last
in
year
43 games, I think it was with us
with
last
the
year.
Pats? Yeah, with the Pats
20,
there. So
25 points,
yeah,
and
he's
he's got
already
20 already.
yeah, exactly.
He's gonna
So
blow by that very, very quickly.
yeah, so yeah, and then what else we got from that game? It kind of Luke Cousins. He's a young guy that obviously his brother played in the league a couple years ago, and he's an '06. Oh, okay, he's an '06. I thought he was younger than that, but he's kind of breaking out this year. 17 points. He only had 10 last year in 64 games, so he's a guy Lethbridge is kind of counting on there.
A little bit of bloomer.
Yeah,
He had 4 goals in his first 2 seasons. So
yeah, he's already got 8 this year. So, but yeah, he looked good. He had a couple nice goals, real nice goals
oh yeah.
against the Pats there. Yeah. What else you got from this game? It was kind of nice to be in the rink again. They've had a lot of road games lately here. But yeah, I mean, it's been a while for me, anyways. So that's my first home game in a while.
It was a much needed win to get them back rolling again. I think
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
been
because
they've been pretty strong the last few games going into this one, and they needed to continue it on. And they did well. They put up 5 and then the empty netter. So they found a way to win. They found a way to shut down Lethbridge. Lethbridge's top line. Like they didn't have any points. So that's pretty good to shut down Wormald, Smith, and what's
yeah,
his
who's
name?
the other guy?
Uh,
Can't remember who was the other one with them, but yeah, because Wormold
lost
and
his
Smith are
name.
both 20s, 1920, so, something like that. Anyways, but yeah, like we talked about that before the game started. Like they're kind of a one-line team. Um, And then the Pats kind of, I don't say ended up being a one line team, but that their top line really took control of this game, right? Whereas
The other
Lethbridge's
guy's
didn't.
cousins, we were just talking about them.
Okay, Cousins was with them. Okay, okay,
That's their top end.
yeah, okay. But yeah, like you said, a win. It had been 4 games. Yeah, they'd uh or 3 games. Oh, they beat Brandon, right? So that's 2 in a row. Um,
Yeah,
Forgot about that. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of asked Brad about, the finish in PA. Yeah, they didn't win that game, but they scored 3 goals and really
they had a strong finish.
they had a strong finish, almost pushed that game to overtime, right? And then you win Brandon here because they came out. We talked about that game last week. They had the 3 goals or a good start in that game as well,
They had a
right?
really strong start and held on.
Yeah. They had 3 goals right in that first period again. And then yeah, you roll into this Lethbridge game and another quote unquote good period, depending who you ask.
Goal wise,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. So, I mean, that kind of got them rolling, it seems. And then yeah, then
And then
you
they're holding the opposition to very few shots.
yes,
16 shots. That's unheard of for the Pats this last few
yeah,
years. Like they've allowed on average like 30 plus shots pretty much every game for the last couple years. So
yeah, because Brandon was 19 the game
yep.
before, and
And then 16.
PA was 39, but Pat's
Yeah.
had 31 too, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like one sided there.
But then 16 with Lethbridge, and then the other 2 games this weekend, they were both under 30.
30, yeah, they outshot the Edmonton, and then the Red Deer was tied 27 apiece.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so yeah, rolling into Red Deer, it's going to be a little of a tighter, lower scoring game, and it ended up being that. I mean, 3-2 plus the empty netters. I don't know. This game obviously was on the same time as the Jays game, so it didn't.
Yeah, so
kinda-
it was hard to focus.
Yeah, had one eye
Watched
on
it. I
Yeah,
watched it, but it was hard to focus on both.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, the Jays being in the World Series, it's not just an ordinary Jays game where
Yeah, exactly.
you can kind of just listen to and whatever. But I wouldn't even have the Jays game on if the Pats game is on.
Yeah,
To be honest. So,
same here.
But yeah, so
the killer in this game was the goal with 3 seconds left in the first.
yeah, for sure.
The guard just happened to get behind and was able to swipe that puck into the net there, and just seemed like it was a momentum killer. Even though the Pats did tie it up, it just seemed like it took the wind out of their sails, kind of. I don't know. It just seemed like it took the flow away from them.
Yeah, and like I said, I really didn't pay that close attention to this game. I kind of just seen it, just had it on the laptop screen and was like, oh yeah, there it is, kind of listening, kind of watching, but yeah, it was again. I don't think it was the most exciting game. I don't think there was a ton of scoring chances that I really remember in this game. It's kind of
That seems to be a Red Deer game,
Deer's
though.
thing. Yeah, exactly. That's where I
They're
kind of
not
was going
super
with that.
exciting, but Red Deer's big. They're heavy. They've been big and heavy ever since the Sutters took
Taken
over,
over, yeah,
basically
yeah,
right from the start, kind of thing. They've been a bigger team, a heavy team, and they push the Pats around a little bit.
Yeah, and then pulling the goal at the end didn't work out at all. Like they
Yeah.
scored right away, and yeah, it it didn't finish like the PA game where they like really had some good chances and really pushed the play.
They forced it. It's not in the cards. They just
Yeah. So I was after that loss there, I was kind of like, oh man, now you're going into Edmonton, and that's gonna be a tougher game, right? Now you you're kind of thinking, ooh, this could be an 0 for weekend, unfortunately. And we kind of both, I didn't say question the goalie decisions, but I kind of thought Tabashnik would get Red Deer because Schlenker
play against
on
his
Wednesday.
former team and then give Schlenker Saturday, but they switched it around.
Yeah, so I mean, it ended up working in Edmonton. Edmonton, yeah, we talked about them not having a ton of shots, but man, they had some good scoring chances. That's for sure. And Tabashnik really played well. I paid a little more close attention to this game, that's for sure, than the Red Deer game. And Edmonton's feed, it's so good. Like the quality is so good. And that's the thing, the Red Deer wasn't as good, and the audio wasn't quite as good. You said you had some volume issues.
I could hardly hear Dante on the the laptop.
and it was really kind of staticky-ish. I don't staticky is the right word, but it wasn't clear, right? Like it
Yeah.
just wasn't great. But Edmonton, man, it's the video, audio were like spot on.
The
So
biggest gripe I've had with Edmonton, other than their PA announcer guy who's
yeah,
very
terrible.
over exuberant,
Yeah,
or when they announce the stars, it's like first star for your John Pats, Caden Brown. Like no, it's
yeah,
like you got it over as quick as possible. Was that every time Edmonton scores, they have to put the picture of the player on the screen because it's the in-house
yeah,
feed, and and if there's two assists, it's like 30 seconds of screen with player pictures on it, and you miss the next 30
yeah,
seconds.
yeah. They really out of the game or cut over the game with the goal announcement and assist announcements. Yeah,
That's my only gripe there, other than like I said, the PA announcer guy
yeah,
who's
yeah.
a little over exuberant at times.
I think most times, and they've had one for a long time, and I think it's a different guy than last time, and he sounds the same though. Or,
Very over exuberant.
yeah, when they're winning, anyways, when they announce a
Like
Pat's goal, it's just like, yeah, Pat scored. So,
and
but
it's not a gripe, but they never showed the replay of the overtime goal. They
I
just showed the
know I
goal,
was
and that was it.
waiting.
They cut to the Edmonton Oil Kings Pats graphic, and that was it. You could hear them talking
Yeah,
in the background, but they never
yeah,
showed the replay again. It's
I
like,
know,
you guys,
I know.
you could have at least been nice and showed it in slow motion or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
So speaking of that goal, as soon as Brown cut across the goalie, I was like, yeah, that's a goal. And sure enough, he slides it in. I was like, yeah, that's huge. Like massive win in Edmonton.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
to go in there and
huge, huge.
they had only lost two games in regulation up until that point, and then so they lost to the Pats, and then they lost today against Calgary at home as well. So, yeah, but yeah, that was a
But
good game. It was a more exciting game, I thought. Um, Caden Stroder, his first goal of the game. Oof, that was a nice goal.
But when they got up to nothing early in the period, first period, I was like, oh no, please, we don't want to have another one of these games.
No, what I thought was the shorthanded Andrew O'Neill goal, 5-on-3 shorty goal. I was just like,
That was that one.
oh,
Like when they got up 2-0, I was like, oh, not again. Then they got up 3-1. I'm like, oh, and
yeah,
then that one was like, oh my god, it's done.
yeah. I thought,
But they got the fight.
yeah,
They may not fight, but they got the fight. They got the little heart that's the little
because
engine that could kind of thing.
like, what was it? Was it 4-0 in the game here against Edmonton? Like, I'm trying to remember back here, but like when they scored that 2-on-1, like it's a 2-on-1. They only have three players on the ice. How do they get a 2-on-1? Like
That
uh
happens.
yeah.
It was the first
So
shorthanded goal the Pats have allowed all year,
yeah, yeah,
and it was just happened to be a 3-on-5. Like,
yeah. It was only it
or-
was 3-1 in that other game. It was 2
yeah,
nothing and 3-1 for
yeah.
Edmonton. But yeah, they came back, right? The same thing. You get into that third period and Mays and Brown, they're doing their thing. Like they're carrying this team, right?
Yeah, it's been impressive. Like Caden Brown, the first Pat's hat trick since Parker Berg. Like, congrats to Brown. Like
Yeah.
that's
Overtime winner too. Like
overtime winner, fancy goal, 9 goals in the season already. Like, come on, what's going on? Like
yeah.
something's happened that they've got something lit underneath them that they got the will to not give up.
Yeah, right?
Other than the
Like
Vancouver game, everybody keeps on bringing the Vancouver game up. It was just one of
I
those
don't know.
games. It was just
Yeah, it's just like it just they had nothing. It was just I don't know if it was just Vancouver, just the way they played. It just looked
it
bad.
was just a block game.
Yeah.
Period.
And it is just it's and you look at it as a blip on the radar because they've played well in every other game, right? It's just one game. They didn't let that like snowball into
No,
other
exactly.
crappy games.
There's something about this team this year or so
And
far that they've got a little bit. They got the fight.
to come back to like yeah they haven't won these games like we mentioned the Edmonton game and the PA game, yeah they came back, made it close, but they haven't given up. Like they come back and beat Edmonton, right? Maybe next time PA they'll come back, or maybe they'll take the lead and beat PA. Like they know they can play with these top teams. PA
And
still hasn't lost in regulation.
like I've said all season, it's like they're not as bad as their record.
Yeah.
A couple unfortunate bounces, a couple turnovers, the record could be reversed easily. Like the
Yeah. And
first Edmonton game, puck off the goalie skate.
yeah.
Like
Right.
who
That
knows
was
how
that
that
was
game
in
could
the
have ended?
Edmonton game. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. They take that one to overtime. They get a point, maybe two. Right. Who
exactly.
knows? Right.
Well, there was still what 5 minutes left. Who knows where
Yeah.
that game could have
Oh yeah.
went?
Yeah. For sure. Cause still could have been a loss or it could have been a regulation win. Who knows?
Exactly, but it just an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah.
Like easily the record could be reversed.
Yeah. For
So
sure. Um, but yeah, it's just nice to see maybe that they're just getting some continuity. Like they've got some lines figured out. They've obviously got that one line figured out, and they're rolling with that, right? And just the other nine guys, and I mean, not just nine guys. You know, there's those other two guys that didn't play this weekend, but just trying to get those guys worked in, and then that kind of screw up a little bit of the lines. You know,
that's going to be tough to try to fit the two boys in there and try to keep the continuity.
right? So that's kind of where like this 34 game thing maybe isn't the best option, right? Because you're trying to force these kids into the lineup, not force them in, but put them in, and then two guys got to come out, and it's only 50-50. So how do you get some continuity for those two with two teams, and then the two other guys that have to sit out? Well, then they have to sit out, right? And it's
Maybe
unfortunate for
that's
them.
maybe now they've realized that they can't put the lines in the blender every single game because they've played the Mays Brown Miette line quite a bit lately. They've
Yeah,
got they've got Dirketch, Rollison, and Eglin playing
it's
together
like
quite
it's like a
often.
third, fourth line checking
Yeah,
line
they
there.
rotated a couple guys through that line, but because they had Hanby playing too, so that messes things up too. Like they got Karimov playing with different guys and stuff, but they're keeping a couple lines similar to keep continuity.
Yeah, for sure. And you need that. You can't, you know. Yeah,
Can't
it's
put the
early.
blender on every game.
Yeah, it's early in the season, and it takes a little bit for them to figure things out. But then, like you said, now they've got a couple lines going. And Karimov, speaking of him, I'm glad you brought him up. He's looked good. Like he's physical. He's a bigger body too. That like you mentioned before that the Pats need,
Yeah.
and he's got some offensive talent. So
Yeah, he hasn't
nice
had
to see.
points in the last three, but
But he's
he's
been
always
in.
around the net.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and he's not afraid to go to the front of the net like maybe your
Exactly.
typical import. No,
Yeah.
he's a a big guy, and he he'll put up some points. I think I mean, he's not going to be a superstar or something. I don't think, but
We don't know, but
there's some potential there. So just
oh yeah,
maybe
he
get him
fits
in
he
here.
fits fine. He's not afraid to get physical. He's not afraid to check. He does play a little bit of a defensive role too. He's not afraid to play in the defensive zone. He's not like normal, well, the quote unquote normal
Yoder.
European player or
Yeah,
whatever. That's
yeah,
always offense.
yeah. No, that's good, and yeah, get some more practice time here at the team, and yeah, so maybe he'll find his groove here in the next couple of weeks. So it's always tough coming in kind of not the middle of the season, but coming into a team that's already kind of established a bit and trying to fit in, right?
Yeah,
So
especially after being cut.
yeah, after
Yeah,
having a half decent season, right? As a
yeah,
17-year-old, 15
yeah,
goals, that's nothing to sneeze at.
exactly.
First year in the country, right? Like that's always tough for those imports to adjust here to life here,
Keepers.
right? So I couldn't imagine moving across the pond to another country at 17 and trying to play some high end hockey, right? So
And then get less ice time the next year, then get cut and then move even further further away
yeah,
from home.
yeah, maybe it's closer going the other way.
Well, I guess technically it could be.
But yeah, no, yeah, I mean, all in all, a pretty good week. Like can't argue with that week at all. 4 points
4 to 6 is nothing to sneeze at, especially
no
taking points
off
from a
Edmonton.
team that we weren't really expecting to take points from. So
Yeah, yeah. That puts them in a tie with Brandon in the eighth spot. So that's a team that we're going to see upcoming here a couple times. So if Current's just ahead of them with 13 points. So that's kind of the bottom of the end of the standings there. But yeah. So anything else for the week you want to talk about before we kind of move on to something else here?
no, I'm just happy that they were able to do what they did, get a couple wins, get the momentum. Hopefully, keep swinging the positive direction. They're 4-5-1 in the last 10, which isn't great, but
After
it's
the
better
start.
than the start.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was like 1-6-1, right? Off the
yep.
start.
Yes, sir.
So come on, digging themselves out of that hole, right? So yeah, I don't really have anything else. Kind of keep going on these standings. Speaking of top teams, Everett finally lost their first regulation loss to Penticton. So Penticton's been doing all right, 7-4-1-1. First team or first season for this team. So
For a team of a bunch of guys that many people in this league have never heard of before, it's pretty good.
yeah. So yeah, not bad at all. And Victoria's up there. So we kind of talked to them about them before, but for them to lose what they did to the NCAA ranks and still have a pretty good start is impressive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I was kind of picking them. This was their year with the talent that they had and how many guys they lost. Ooh, that was tough.
Yeah,
So good to see them still doing all right.
for sure.
Um, yeah, like I said, PA's at the top of the East. Edmonton's right behind them. They have the same amount of points, but Edmonton's played 4 more games. So, and then Medicine Hat up there, Saskatoon's up there, and then Calgary, Moose Jaw. Moose Jaw still putting up goals, still giving up a lot of goals though.
Oh yeah,
They're
scoring lots, allowing lots.
they're the only team they're the highest scoring team, 64 goals.
Yep.
But they have also given up 65, which is
Third
sec-
most.
third most.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Vancouver's allowed 66.
Oh yeah, Lethbridge. I missed Lethbridge at 71.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so they score a lot, but give up a lot. But yeah, so um, yeah, I guess the week ahead, talk about that. Like we said, Brandon. We got Brandon twice. Brandon here on Wednesday, and then the Pats are off to Moose Jaw on Friday, and then Saturday Brandon's back here. So a team we've seen already, Brandon. I think a team that's starting to pick up steam as well, right? They just won today, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won today.
And they've been with straight for.
That's right. We talked about that before we started recording. Another high score in the Moose Jaw game.
And they beat Lethbridge the night before 7-0
7, yeah.
on Saturday.
See
So
that. So yeah, they've scored 15 goals in the last 2 games. So that's
they do have the offense.
yeah.
So
They had a slow start like we mentioned before. Now they're starting
yep.
to come around.
Yeah, they're figuring things out finally.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately for us, that we played them twice.
I know, right? I was just about to say,
And Moose Jaw in the middle.
another high scoring team. So there could be some high scores this week coming up here. Hopefully the Pats can keep pace with these teams that can score.
Yes, I hope so too.
But yeah, Moose Jaw, we haven't played Moose Jaw, have we yet? No,
No.
we haven't. Just
No.
just the branded ones. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Brandon's kind of catch their groove. We talked about Chase Serkan. He had a hat trick today. He's 17, right? This year? 17?
16.
16. 16, that's right. 16. So yeah,
Leads the
that's
league in goals.
12 goals, right? So yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, so what else do you got for the upcoming week here? Anything else to mention?
No, not much other than the games ahead. It's just hopefully the Pats can keep their momentum going.
Yeah, and it seems like they're not out of games, right? Maybe one of these teams gets up on them a couple goals. They've got the will, like we said, to fight back, to get back in games. So it's been kind of impressive. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can just start out with the lead, get a couple goals to start off a game, right?
And
And
not sit back on the lead in the third period and
especially against these two teams that can't score, right?
exactly.
So
Keep the shots down. Keep the shots against down, not the shots down. Keep the shots against down. Hopefully they'll keep the goals down and pick up at least a couple more wins this week. Be nice.
yeah, it'd be nice to get 2 wins again. 2 out of 3 would be nice.
3 out of 3 would be great,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
two would be perfect.
Yeah, especially against these teams that are right near you in the standings, right? Moose Jaw's got 15 points, and you're tied with Brandon, like I said. So
Need
these are
to
key,
keep some momentum going.
yeah, these are key games, right? Kind of
Yeah.
thinking if you can get one off Moose Jaw and split Brandon, or get both, right? So that'd be real nice. But yeah. All right. Well, if that's it, then we should move on to our interview. First interview of the year.
Finally,
Finally,
Chris.
I know. Yeah, I know. Right. And I'm going to miss that Wednesday game again. Another game I'm going to miss, but it is what it is. But yeah, no. So we sat down with Marek Schlenker, the newest goaltender on the Pats here. I'm one of the newer players, obviously, but lots of talking points with him. So we thought we'd start off with him, older guy as well. Obviously, he's got the connection with his dad playing with the Pats, and talk about his dad's career in the NHL. So, yeah, kind of neat to sit down with him and kind of explore those topics.
All right, we're pleased to welcome on the newest goaltender of the Regina Pats, Marek Schlenker. Welcome, Marek.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so yeah, just have a little sit down with you, get to know you. Obviously, you're new to the team, new to the fans of Regina. So start off, where were you born and raised?
Well, I was born in Medicine Hat, Alberta, which is where my dad's from, and I was there till I was 15, and then we moved to Okotoks, Alberta, when I was around 15, and that's where I live now.
Any siblings?
Yeah, I got 2 younger brothers.
Are they sporty guys too?
Yeah, one they play baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not hockey guys?
No, they quit now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you get into hockey?
I honestly don't know, but I'd probably figure around 3 or 4 like everybody else. It's kind of just the norm in Canada. So,
What other sports were you into when you were younger?
yeah, I was a big baseball guy too. I played baseball till I was 15, so that was really fun. And I also played like school sports like basketball and whatnot, but baseball was the main other one.
Dante told me you went to Okotoks Academy, baseball academy?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I played 1 year there when I moved there, and then I ended up picking hockey. So.
Oh yeah. What position were you?
I played catcher.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that Okotoks program? Sounds like it's a pretty solid spot to be in there.
Yeah, it's world class for sure. The coaching that they have there and the amount of facilities and stuff like that, it's unreal. So yeah, definitely world class.
Yeah, it's like one of the one of the best minor league stadiums in North America, and it's just a summer league team, right?
Yeah.
But obviously they have other teams there and
Totally.
stuff. But yeah, it's quite the place.
Yeah, it's unreal.
So growing up, were your parents influential in your hockey career?
Yeah, for sure. I think my dad wouldn't allow his kids to not play hockey, so for sure they were. When it came to being a goalie, I guess I heard that I wanted to be a goalie really bad, so here we are.
So did he take or not? A lot of parents don't want their kids to be goalies. Oh, it's too expensive, this and that. And obviously he wasn't a goalie, but what was his thoughts on you being a goalie?
Yeah, I think he wanted to be a goalie himself when he was a kid, and his parents were, like you say, didn't let him. So when I told him I wanted to be one, he definitely gave me the green light so I could live the journey he wanted.
Okay.
So with your dad playing for the Pats, what was his reaction when he heard you got traded here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously super excited. He was the first guy to call me after I told him, and yeah, he was really excited. He started filling me in on everything, and got me super excited as well. But I'm sure he's even more excited than he made it out to be, so it's probably pretty cool for him.
That's cool.
So obviously he played with the Pats and played a little bit overseas and stuff, and they came back, and he got into reffing. How did that kind of play out for him?
Yeah, I think he came back overseas, and he's a guy that lives for hockey. Like when I come home at Christmas and in the summer, he's always watching hockey no matter what, even if it's a nothing game to him or other people. So I think when he was done playing, he didn't want to leave the game, so he started reffing in the AJ in the Western League, and obviously made his way up. But yeah, definitely didn't want to leave the game.
What did you think when you got the call to the NHL to be a ref there?
Yeah, I was pretty young, but I think I remember it like kind of vividly, actually, watching his first game in our Medicine Hat house. It was Philly visiting Montreal, so that was pretty cool. And it's still cool to this day watching him skate with the best players in the world.
Nice.
Yeah. So obviously you said he let you kind of know what Regina's a little bit about. Does he give you I mean, it's been a few years since he's played, obviously, but give you insight into the junior hockey landscape and stuff like that. And does he give you any goaltending tips?
No, I don't let him give me goaltending tips. I tell him to stick to his roughing. But like I played in the league last year, so he filled me in a lot when I ended up making the team last year. And he's a guy that's not just a hockey dad that you can actually talk to about whether it's travel or you're struggling with confidence or whatever. He's really good with that. So I'm very lucky to have him.
Do you remember the first time you strapped on the pads?
No, I wish I did. I do not. That would have been a long time ago.
At what point did you start playing goalie full time?
Full time, I think, was my first year of like Adam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty young.
Yeah, really young actually. Like I think my first year of Adam, I played player for a bit, and then I was like done with it. So
you were gung ho on goalie.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your favorite team growing up?
Growing up was always Calgary, and now when I live there, it's like it works pretty well. So.
Who's your favorite player growing up, or players?
Well, I never really picked out the players, but my favorite goalie growing up was Carey Price. I liked how he was always pretty calm in the net there. He was my favorite, and for sure him. I always grew up watching him.
With Carey Price there, you kind of watch him model your game a little bit after him, take stuff from him. What other goalies did you kind of watch and kind of? Yeah, I mean, growing up was for sure Carey Price, but now I try and I like UC Saros a lot. I think he's good. He's a good guy to model my game around, especially being a smaller guy. And he's the best at his height, so I think he's really good. And obviously Dustin Wolf plays a certain way, that doesn't work for others, but I think you can take some things from him as well. So
what's your favorite minor hockey memory?
Minor hockey memory? I mean, it's hard to say, but probably, I mean, if midget still counts as minor hockey, we're in the Circle K Classic, and we were big underdogs, and we made it all the way to the semis. So that was a fun ride for sure.
Nice. So you did minor hockey in Okotoks as well, and you played in Medicine Hat, and then I see you went back to Medicine Hat after the fact, kind of decided to do some minor hockey and the school route kind of thing. What played into those decisions? Yeah, I think at the point of my career that I was at, I was unsigned in the Western League still, and I thought that the school league would be the best way to showcase myself, and it ended up working out when I signed midway through that year. But for sure just needed to get some exposure that, maybe you don't get in the club hockey level. So, and obviously, my dad's family still lives there, so I billeted with them. So stuff like that can also play into it, but that was the main reason for sure.
So rewinding it just a little bit, back to the prospects draft day. Were you expecting to get drafted, or like did teams talk to you and stuff beforehand? Yeah, for sure. I talked to a lot of teams before, but never was I like gung ho knew I was getting drafted. It was kind of just a hope day, and the draft went for a while before I got taken. It was like 8th round or something like that. So I knew there was a chance, but I wasn't for sure. So it was a good surprise. Nice.
Yeah.
What did you think about Portland picking you? It's a pretty good franchise, but it's in the States, kind of far away.
Oh yeah, that was probably the best place I could have thought of at the time. I wanted to kind of move, because at that time I was still living in Okotoks, so I wanted to move away from home, and I've never lived in the States, obviously. So at the time I was super excited about that, and they're obviously a high class organization. So
what was it like playing in Portland?
It was fun for sure. I think the best thing about that division is just the atmospheres in the rinks. The American fans are a different animal for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's obviously like the Portland Seattle and Portland Everett rivalries where he draws some pretty big crowds. So that was definitely the best part.
Yeah, that's what we hear from most players, and you even see it on some of the highlights and stuff. That the Americans, they're different.
The glass bangers and stuff.
Yeah.
The glass is the most expensive ticket in Portland.
Every single rink. You can find those guys.
So then you kind of get into the season there. What was your welcome to the WHL moment?
My welcome to the WHL moment was my first game actually went really well. My debut, we won, I think it was 4-2 against Prince George. And then we hit the road after, and I went into a 5-0 game against Kelowna. So I went in halfway. It was right halfway through, and I got scored on 4 times in the second half of that second period, and we ended up losing 9-4. So that was definitely an eye opener that the league's not as easy as you think after having a good first game. So that was a good reality check.
What was your good welcome to the WHL moment? What was your first real good experience with Western Hockey?
Yeah, I mean,
stepping on the ice for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. I think that WHL debut was definitely most memorable thing, not just in my career but in my life. Like that was super fun. It was like one of our first home games in Portland, so it was a great crowd and a good team that we played, and it was super fun. I've never played in front of a crowd like that, so it was awesome.
Any reason you were number 74 in Portland?
Honestly, I used to watch Living in Mess and Hat. Stuart Skinner was always in the hat, and I saw him wearing it, and I just, he was never like my favorite goalie or anything, but I really like that number, and still today I really like that number. But coming midway through the season, I wasn't able to pick a number, but definitely my favorite number, not just to play in, but just in general.
Nice. So you go through that season with Portland, but then you get picked by Penticton in the expansion draft. Was that something that surprised you, or what were your thoughts there?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, you're not allowed to obviously talk to other GMs when you're on a team, so they can't talk to me. So it's kind of just when the expansion draft is, and then I got a call midway through, and that was that. So it was for sure exciting though to a brand new franchise. For sure exciting.
Got into a couple preseason games there. Then all of a sudden you get the call and you're coming to Regina. What was that?
Yeah,
what was that phone call like?
Yeah, our GM in Penticton actually announced before camp that they were looking to trade me. So it wasn't a total surprise that I got traded, but to Regina was obviously a surprise. And, like we talked about with my dad playing here, it's obviously pretty special. So.
So you got chosen 35 here. You just got given to you. I know Huey, last year he wore 70, so maybe that wasn't available anymore. I don't know, but
yeah,
there's been some different numbers around here lately. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't mind 35. I wore that growing up, so that would probably be my second choice, anyways.
I see Tabby got some new pads this week. Yours are on order.
Yeah. I guess we'll see when those come in. But credit to Tabby, he made some nice gear. Yeah, real good.
You got any input on your helmet design coming up, I assume?
Yeah, I did. I try to make my helmets, if you look at my Portland one, I try and make them really white because I like white gear. And I think if you want to have white gear, you got to have a white helmet to make it look good. So, I'll have a Pats logo on there and whatever, but I try and make it mostly white to kind of go with my gear.
So do you have a billet brother or sister? Or
I have two, actually. Well, not that live there, but like on the team, like teammates.
Okay.
So I live with Zach Lanzard and the new guy, Ruslan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
how's his English?
Yeah, it's good. They told us that he couldn't speak it, but we can talk to him fine. So
nice.
He's obviously got an accent, but it's good. Yeah, credit to him.
Nice.
Okay. Well, we'll have to put him on the list then. We heard he doesn't speak very good English either. So.
Yeah.
Well, they were told. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So pros and cons with those two guys. Any pros and cons with those two?
I can't think of many cons except for Lanny always steals the shower because we got to share a shower. But other than that, we drive together and it's nice to have guys to eat dinner with and stuff on top of your billet mom. So yeah, it's awesome. Those guys are great, and Lanny did a good job of making me feel welcome when I first came. So I really appreciate him for that.
You want to give your billet family a shout out?
Yeah, for sure. And Lori, I don't have a billet. It's just the one billet mom.
Okay.
In a townhouse, and she's awesome. She makes great food. So, I hope she hears that. It's awesome.
Nice. Summer and kind of off ice stuff. What are you into, hobbies and such?
I like to golf a lot, and living in Calgary, there's a pretty sweet fishing river, the Bow River. You can get some pretty cool fish out of there. So, once it's, I think it's mid-June that you're allowed to go fishing in the river. So once that hits, I'll be there a lot.
What's your go-to TV show?
TV show?
Or do you watch TV at all?
I don't know where to watch TV shows, but whenever a Squid Game season comes out, I normally tune into that one.
What about a favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Franchise or something?
Remember the Titans is a really good one. I like George Washington in that one. That's just off the top of my head, but I can't really think of one.
Okay.
Really, but
what kind of music are you into?
I like everything. I like some electric stuff sometimes, like Avicii. He's real good, but I used to be like a big rap guy, but now I kind of like the throwback songs, like mid 2010s.
Throwbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Takes me back to childhood.
There you go.
Yeah.
What kind of car are you driving?
I actually just got a new 2026 Buick.
Nice.
So I drove that here, and that it's pretty nice. So, yeah, it's a good car.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
Dog. I got 2 dogs.
Oh, what are their names?
Jessica and Bruce.
What kind of dogs are they?
So Jessica's a Chow Chow, so she's pretty cute, and then Bruce is just a lab.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Any specific tape job you do?
I actually try and just like change it up all the time. So like the one that you saw me have today might be different the next time. I don't like to be a superstitious guy. Kind of like superstition is to let things change and not be sturdy on one thing. So I just kind of tape it however I feel today.
That was going to be my next question about the superstitions.
Yeah.
No superstitions?
Yeah, no superstitions.
No.
Like,
but routines?
I just kind of let the day come, because if you go on the road, it might be harder to have a nap before, and some guys, they want a strict hour-long nap, but if you can't sleep on the bus, then their mind's all jammed up. So I kind of I think the superstition is to change. If something worked one day, maybe change it up the next. Maybe I have a nap today, but I didn't like how it worked, so then I'll keep having a nap or whatever. Kind of just change it up.
What's your favorite bus activity?
Bus activity, probably sleeping, to be honest. But playing cards is really fun on those long ones. We haven't really had a long one yet. They've all been pretty short to Swift, and our farthest one's been to PA. So
on the road here right away.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, exactly.
this weekend. But
totally.
We'll wrap it up here with the last one. What does it mean for you to play for the Regina Pats?
Yeah, for the Regina Pats, I mean, it's a world-class organization. Just like the ownership, from the ownership to the coaches to the staff, the equipment managers, everything. It's special. And then when you add in the dad thing, it also makes it a little extra special. But no, it's a privilege and an honor to play here. And it's obviously a respectable organization with their history and how old the team is. So it's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Marek.
All right, yeah, that went pretty well, didn't it?
It was a pretty good interview. We got a new microphone set up and stuff, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I had a feeling, because the tables they have are plastic, and our brackets were kind of slippery, and as we were going, one of his microphone kind of started to slide. So
Yeah.
it's not in the interview. We cut that out, but
cut that part out. But
hopefully for next whoever we interview next, we'll get that all fixed up. Hopefully.
yeah. We went away from the handheld mics, and obviously you could hear it in some of the interviews last year where guys would play with it. They they get a little nervous and they're fiddling with the mic, and you kind of hear that, right? So we got some arms and clamped them onto the tables. Well, yeah, but the tables are those plastic fold up tables, right? So
Yeah.
metal and little crappy tape doesn't help hold the mics on. But it was kind of funny.
It did okay for the first half of the interview, and then it started to go away. So,
but yeah, clamped it back on. And
we'll be better for next. We'll be better for next time.
Yeah, we'll have to get some. I said some foam tape or something to
some grip tape or something.
Yeah, clamp it on there a little tighter, hold them on there. But yeah,
it was a good interview. I had a good chat with him, and man, like I looked at his picture. Like you see his picture for the team picture or whatever, and he looks like his dad a little bit. And then you see him face to face. I'm like, he looks exactly like his dad did when he was like 17. Like maybe a little thinner in the face, but man, just looks just like him.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I couldn't get over that. I still can't get over that.
And you mentioned that to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot." So,
and like most people didn't even know it was Chris's kid until sometime last year, and even some people didn't even know until this year.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really in the league till last year, right? Yeah, he was drafted. But yeah, he didn't make his debut until really
he was
last
18.
year.
Yeah, he's 18 years old.
Right? Because he's 19 this year. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and yeah, we came in, and yeah, so he sat down. It was a good interview. Like most of them have gone pretty well. I mean, we've never met him before. We haven't interviewed him before. He hadn't even heard of us, obviously. So
no.
But yeah, seemed pretty comfortable, so it went well. So, but yeah, anything else you got for this week? Then kind of wrap this up here.
No, it's just hoping the Pats continue on and have a couple, at least 2 or 3 good games. Hopefully, pull off some W's, get some points, and give us some good hockey. That's all I want is good hockey.
Yeah, and we've seen it here lately. Like I said, one kind of crappy game, but the rest of them have been good. So
they've been games at least. Like it's not no blowouts. That's what I'm worried about. Like last year, there was a few games where it was kind of written in the stars before the game even started, and that was it. But at least this year, like they're battling. I love it. I love the battle. They got heart. They got something that they wanna prove that they're better than their record.
Yeah. And of course, we want to see you win every game, but that's obviously not going to happen. And
be competitive. Have good games every game.
Yeah.
You may have a stinker here and there, but be competitive every game.
At least like you said, they've looked better than last year. That's what we were expecting, right?
That's what we're expecting and hoping for.
Yeah. I'd say more than hoping. We kind of expect them to be better, right?
Yeah.
A lot of
and now that they've got the goaltending situation down, they got the 2 goalies. They don't have to worry about having the 3 guys around. It's just hopefully they can figure out how they can work Pugh and Schultz into the lineup whenever their games are scheduled and stuff. And make it work.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing still, like we said. But yeah, hopefully the goalies can get comfortable. Like I said, they get in their rotation, what they're going to do, because it's probably going to be 50-50-ish, I'd think, right?
Probably. Ride the hot hand kind of thing.
Yeah,
there's a 3-and-3 coming up in a week or 2 weeks now. So
yeah, obviously you're gonna see 2 different goalies that weekend, and
so they might as well go 50-50 or ride the hot hand or whatever they can do. Might as well.
Yeah, if one guy has a really good start, maybe it's a second in a row, and then whatever happens, right? So
yeah,
they got both guys are good options, right? So
like
I said, even if they went with Pine and Tabashnik or whatever, like he was pretty decent in the first half or first part of the season here, and it sounded like he had a pretty good game for Vancouver today, by all accounts. So
John Keane even put it down as Pine for Regina.
Yeah,
on Twitter. I mean on X.
He's like, he just still Kelton Pine is with Regina, so he's talking about Kelton Pine for Regina, and it was kind of funny.
And then he replied, "Star Vancouver."
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
I thought that was pretty hilarious.
That's good.
But yeah, so just like I said, these guys getting in grooves, trying to, get these lines figured out, getting some continuity, and this team could hopefully take off, right? So we'd like to see that. So we got some guys that are scoring, like guys are getting hot, because it was a scoring by committee last year, right? Like you said, Mays had 25 points last year. Well, he's got 20 now, and Brown's hot. So
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully these guys can start carrying a team and chip, and now the guys can chip in and get some W's here. So
continue on going up. That's all that matters. That's all I want them to do.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess with that, I don't know what next week's going to be like. I'm going to miss the game, and then the road games. I'm going to be out of town, so it's going to be see what happens if I can catch the game live or if it's going to be replay. And then we got the Tuesday game, so the week after. So I don't know what we're going to do with the show. We'll see what happens.
Probably won't be until midweek next week.
Yeah, we might drop one midweek. We'll see what happens. So might not be Sunday night, but we'll put it out if we got one or not either way. So just so you're not expecting the usual late Sunday night, Monday morning. We'll put it out there if it's not happening. So, but by then we'll probably know a little bit more what's happening, and we'll go from there. So, thanks for listening. If you've listened this far, and pass it on, tell your friends if these interviews are going to be coming back this year, obviously, and then we'll try to get them regularly, and we'll go from there. So that's all you got, Kevin, and we'll see you at the rink this week.
Take her easy.
China might have an on-man rush the other way. Up the ice, Fawcett, left wing side, drops it, Brown for the hat trick, scores! First career hat trick, Caden Brown, and Regina wins it in overtime!
What a beauty. Looks like a 2-on-1, stops up, little drop pass to the trailer, finds Brown, and an absolute patient, poised finish there by Brown. Cap off a hat trick.